How are you today? Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Did you have a great day?
Yeah, it's beautiful out here.
Nice.
I
Nice.
I, I don't do much because we're in the house, but I just I try something different with my hair. I rode the dirt bike down the block, so that was
Okay.
my thing for the day.
Nice. Nice. Whatever
Yeah,
works. Yes. Yes. I was just inside. I didn't do anything.
yeah.
I talked to Duana today. It's
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Real
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's right. She's not gonna make it today. I don't think.
Okay.
Her and Lori. We're gonna see. I know it's Mother's Day, so we'll
Yeah.
we'll work on what we got. It's a beautiful day
Yes.
too. Everybody's been dying to get this kind of weather.
Yes. It was still a little cool here.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They were talking about a snowstorm or something at first.
Yeah, it came through just a little bit of snow, not much.
Oh, you did get some.
Yeah, we did get a little.
Hmm.
Yeah, not much.
That's crazy. Snow in May. Do you guys ever get snow in May any other time?
I never noticed that before.
Yeah.
We used to get snow at Easter, we did get snow about Easter. I've seen snow about Easter before.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, it's only 7:01. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I'm just anxious. Okay. All right. I got our letter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Of course, we're going to give it a couple of more minutes. You know what? Oh, let me see. What did you guys say last week? I think everybody said they like soft instrumental type of music. No words.
That's cool.
If I can find it. I lost my key too. I just lost everything. Okay, here it is. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited about the summer coming. You know, um, even if we don't get to do a lot, a lot of going out. I just feel like most people are in a better spirit than I thought they would be. Everybody's taking things in stride and just trying to really adjust to the new way of life and be okay with it. And that's pretty exciting to see. Because if for a while it was looking kind of bleak, even with a lot of sadness going on, everybody is kind of understanding. I can see everybody starting to value life a little bit more. It's just crazy. What am I looking
I'm surprised how quickly that has happened.
for? Right.
The people, I'm very surprised that's very quick. That's not even, that's very quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very surprised at that. But it's a good thing too, I
Yes,
guess.
exactly.
But I'm very surprised at that quick, that it could take just that quick, that you could just adjust like
Right.
that.
Right. I mean,
And
well,
accept that.
things. The thing about one thing I will say, there's always a good and a bad, a yin and a yang to everything. And the thing about the
Mhm.
internet, it calls people to have this need for instant gratification, and it's caused a lot of
Mhm.
things that may be considered negative, but at the same time, it's opened up the availability for information to be infinite to us. And for people to be able to do their own research and to be able to connect with people that they may not have ever been able to connect with before, so they can start to have a new outlook that they may not have been able to have before. So that's the cool thing about now. Before we had to just take whatever we were given, whatever information was fed to us, we had to pretty much depend on it. Now we can actually research for ourselves and like I said, talk to other people and talk to people in other places who have been through a few things that we may be starting to go through, and it kind of makes you understand things a lot better and be able to prepare yourself. I'm going to keep sticking to the idea that preparation prevents fear. So I think that's the key. Everybody is like, you know what, and I'm starting to see a lot more cohesiveness and less division amongst people, because we're all, this thing has put everybody in the same position, rich, poor, old, young, white, black, whoever you are. It has put us all on the same playing field. And so we're looking eye to eye at each other right now and going, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to fight each other, or are we going to play together? Because if we don't, none of us might not be able to play the game soon. So it's pretty cool to see,
Exactly.
watching everybody share their information, on healing tips and mental health tips, and ways to do things with do things with your family while you're stuck in the house, and something that I've been getting into is giving tips to the homeschooling parents, and just little fun stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, because right now, whereas you people didn't get a chance to, you're almost, I think a big part of it is we're getting a chance to self-care, unintentionally. Before, when when you're
Yes.
working a large grind, and you're working hard all the time, you don't really get an opportunity to take time for yourself and for your family and all these things. And now that people are not working, or they're quarantined and things of the such, they have nothing to do but sit back and reflect, or sit back. If we wasn't getting along before, we're going to have to figure out how to get along now in this house. You know what I mean? And it's like it's starting to teach us to be able to use our imagination again, and don't forget who we are. So we're starting to love ourselves and learn ourselves again, and have an opportunity to do things different. Before, when you're in the rat race, 9 to 5, 9 to 5 every day, you have kids, you're up to 6 o'clock, and you don't go down to 12 o'clock, and you're trying to figure out maybe 2 hours in the week you might squeeze out because you done broke up 10 minutes a day. It's crazy. And now we're actually getting to say, what did I like to do when I was younger? Or what can I actually do to bring in a couple of extra dollars? Or I don't even know if I'm going back to work. So I'm going to have to, start something for myself,
Exactly.
that sort of thing. People are like, well, what other ideas can I do? We have to be a little smarter with our money now. If you didn't know about money before, you need to learn about it now. So it's just, it's it's just great to see more people taking the silver lining out of the cloud than not. I'm even watching the news here, and they were talking about, I don't know, some of you guys may have seen here in Philly, the drug strip Kensington and Allegheny. They have it on the news a lot. And it's like one of the worst corners in the country, and it's a really bad place for heroin addicts, and they just knew that that was going to be the place where it was all going to go bad. And I just was reading an article with one of the nurses at the hospital, not too far from there, was saying she can't believe that it's so empty. They've had cases, but nothing like what they would have expected. And they were talking about maybe it's just because people who live outside in the sun are getting their vitamin D, and because they're out in the elements, they immune systems have to be a little bit stronger, and they're dealing more with the chemical and the mental affliction than they are with the health affliction. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
changing everybody's outlook and views on everything. Like I said, it's putting us all on a playing field. Like, come on now, if you're thinking about all of these people who have big money, and people who are stars and celebrities that are passing away from this quote unquote virus, but you have people who are stuck on living on the streets, heroin addicts surviving. It really has to make you look at life a different way and say, maybe, what, let me sit back and not just swallow everything that I'm being fed, and figure out
Exactly.
some things for myself. um
Yes.
yeah, so I'm just excited, and and I'm excited to share that now we're going to start going live with our Zoom meetings from Facebook. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll
Mm-hmm.
start to get more participants, um, and bring more people into the play. And I'll call it. It's it's I think that what we do here is pretty special, and it's very different. Hey, Carmen. And I think that it'll be fun to give other people an opportunity to join in on the conversation because, this is a us thing. We're all growing here together. We're all sharing. We're all learning together. And I don't know. We can't do anything but go up from here. So, yeah, we do have some topics that we want to bring up tonight. Let me see. What time is it? 7:09. I guess it's time to jump right on in. Are we live on Facebook, Kai? Awesome
Yep.
sauce. Awesome, awesome. So I'm not sure how we going to be able to watch. I don't know. Can you? I don't know. Let me see if while we're talking, I'm going to see if I can go on Facebook and start a watch party. So I'm gonna go to the page and I'm going to see if I can start a watch party to get some more people to watch too. And I'll let you know. But anyway, so let's get the conversation started. So there was something on my timeline earlier this week, and it kind of resonated with a conversation that a couple of us have been having. And so I thought it would be a good topic tonight, and it's something that we'll probably be talking about more and more, because it's about growth, and it's about understanding and awakening to who you are, and like I said, right now we don't have anything but that opportunity. So this person said, hello, kings and queens. I've had two readings done, and they both said I have spiritual powers. Not sure how to even go about mastering these skills. I'm new on my journey, and I would like any help you can give me. Thanks. So I've had a couple of different opinions on how that person should be addressed, or what would you say to a friend that just told you that, or coaches, if you have a coaching practice, what would you tell a client who just told you something like that? I'm interested in hearing you guys' view opinion. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to admit. Okay, come on in, guys.
Hey, hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Hey, I'm Tatiana.
welcome,
Um,
Tatiana.
thank you. I just heard your question, and it's funny because, like, I think, and it wasn't too long ago, but I think back when I was like asking myself that question,
Mm-hmm.
I would never outwardly ask anybody because I think deep down I knew the answer, and nobody else could give me that answer. You know, I knew that like it was going to take introspective view of myself in order for me to really get there, because nobody can tell you what your gifts are. Only you can know that.
Right.
um intuitively all of this information, but it's really hard to, when you first dive into it, to not want to like hurry up and know those things,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like that you have a purpose, but like I think like your ego is still like earthbound still. Like at that point, if asking that specifically, because this is something that's a conflict, right, between the soul and your earthly capsule. Like
Right.
they can't determine what their gifts are or how they're supposed to manifest them. One, because they're thinking too much about
Right.
it.
Right.
But two, because I think like people think about gifts like something outside of themselves, something that's never been in them initially.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you were born with. That's something that um is divine on in your past. So literally nobody can tell you that.
Right.
No, it's not. Tell Answering that question is tricky because you don't want to stray them from the fact that nobody can give them a direct answer. But the fact of the matter is, we can only know that answer from being silent and being still. And this time is giving a lot of people that space, to do that. And I've taken full advantage of it.
I know
Like
that's right.
full advantage. I have 4 kids, and I'm still working. Um, and their dad is not. So he took on the responsibility of handling them right now. We live in different states. So, like, this is literally probably the first time since I've had kids that I've had like this kind of space and
Wow.
opportunity. And I,
Wow.
I made an agreement before all of this stuff happened with myself, with my higher power, that I remember like praying in my room almost like desperately, like if I got the time, if I got the time, I promise I take advantage. And so now that I have that time, it's like I went out, I went diving, I went out hiking every day. And that in itself, being outside, just sitting with your thoughts, yo, a lot of people are scared of it because you got to deal with shit. You got to deal with some real shit. Everything is not everything is not pretty. So, you know, a lot of times people want to like jump from the start to just finish, like, and it don't work like that.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
so working through it, like you said earlier, like sitting still and being silent with yourself, it's going to cause you to do nothing but look internally.
Yes.
So right now it's ultimately like a choice.
Right. Yep. Thank you for sharing. Definitely, you just said a mouthful, and I think we all are with that thought right now. And I'm first of all, congratulations on your me time because you deserve
Yes,
it, and you know
thank you.
everything in divine timing. You
Hmm.
know, it's crazy because it's almost like a bitter sweetness because it's like I didn't want expect for it to happen this way, but I'm going to appreciate it and make it productive. So
Yeah.
that's always a good thing. I just
Yep.
forgot the name. Okay. Oh yeah, but anyway, anybody else have any thoughts on that, or let me repeat what the statement was. Okay. It said I've had two readings done and they both said I have spiritual powers. Not sure how to even go about mastering these skills. I'm new on my journey and would like any help you can give me. So I know my personal thoughts on that, and when you're trying to figure it out and you're confused, like you said, Tatiana, one thing is, you definitely have to get out of ego, but I don't know, I think sometimes just the confusion,
Hmm.
and maybe, we never know what the person's background is and what they've been taught and what their fears are and
True.
what, they have to release. I think that some I think we have to and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. One thing we have to be conscious of is making sure that we meet people where they are. And what I
Mm.
mean by that is we kind of have to be open minded and be I guess open minded is really the best way to say it, and give the person an opportunity to give themselves a little bit. So before you jump right in and start telling them, more than they can handle. Because some people you have to slow roll them. You might see something that they don't understand yet, and you kind of have to let them, like you said, figure it out for themselves. And I think it can go either way. Some people get so excited, they're like, "Oh man, you're good. I want to just tell you these things," and and you might bombard a person before they're ready.
Yeah.
And then you can have, unfortunately too, there's so many people that are looking for a different path, a different journey, and just period, a path in general that people are trying to capitalize off of this too. So you have people that are just making up stories, and that's a bad thing. And so it's like, how
Ugh.
do you how do you help a person through that? And that's when I say meet them where they are. That's why I say you just have to give a chance to let a person talk for themselves, because they'll see it. They'll see it. If you just vent to you, and
Mm.
talk it out, they'll hear it for themselves. And I know one good psych. I was talking to a therapist one time, and he was telling me, the difference between a good therapist is somebody who's trying to tell you what to do, and somebody who's trying to make you understand what it is you need to do for yourself.
Mm.
And if we just have to take that into accord, because even we, as we talk about, when you're talking to somebody else, where you're kind of talking in a reflection of yourself, you're talking from experience, from something you
Mm.
either witnessed, been through, heard, or something that resonates with you. So you have to think internally, and I guess it comes that rule: do unto others as you want done unto you, even in conversation, because this is a very gentle topic when you're talking about bringing somebody into their gifts. I don't even like to say powers, because that makes it sound so like
Yeah.
Superman, and Super. Here we come day to day, and that's not really what it's about. It's about finding what it is that you are good at, what it is that you have to share with other people, what it is that you have to build within yourself, so that your family, you can build something for your family, so they can have a lot of in their life, whether it be financially and everything. I mean, in between, we sometimes we guilt ourselves into being stuck. And can you try to let her in, please? For some reason, it won't let me admit, Trisha. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, but this, I kind of lost my thought, but overall, you got to be careful when you're telling people about themselves, and kind of let people talk to themselves about themselves. Kind of like you have to be a mirror. You have to be an empathetic mirror, a sympathetic mirror at that.
Mm.
So, yeah. What do you any other thoughts on that? I'm definitely interested in hearing any experiences or something you guys have had with that. I thought you were about to say something, Carmen, and lit up. I'm like, ooh, I'm interested
I
in
think Sarah definitely have a lot on
hearing.
this topic.
You
So
have something to say, Kyle?
Um,
Can
with
you
that
guys hear
topic,
me?
that was a great topic.
I don't
And
think
for
you can
me,
hear me.
first,
Kyle,
huh? Can you hear me?
I don't think you can hear me.
I can hear
There you
you.
go.
Yeah, I
Welcome
can
to
hear you.
Zoom,
All right, cool. For me, like
everyone.
the first,
Oh yeah, why don't you? While I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the sound over here, yeah, you can jump in. Oh, okay, I can hear you now.
you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. First, from that that topic that you posed, for me,
Go ahead.
I have to acknowledge that the infinite
Mhm.
power that my mind, can't fathom exists within me, and that I do possess many gifts inside me that's ready to express through me. And there's different techniques that will help you materialize your soul destiny. And you have to understand you are a soul or a frequency with a body and not a body with a soul. With this type of perception, it will gradually change your reality. And then you will understand and learn the basic principles of the function of the workings of your mind. And that's the workings of your mind is between the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, and how to accurately, channel your inner essence as it flows through. Because these thoughts, the thoughts are made about alphabet, and the alphabet is from the beta waves, the beta and the alpha. You combine them together, you get the alphabet. That's the two lowest frequency of the brain waves. So when the inner essence is flowing through you and you're trying to articulate your gift, it gets distorted through the alphabet. So like when you have a gift inside of you, you have to understand that these languages we speak in is being distorted when your inner essence is flowing through your vessel. So, we all have many gifts inside of us, but it's about how to actually, cultivate it through this vessel and get the accurate and proper information that we need. So, like for me, it's different techniques, that, that have worked. But we have to keep in mind that this whole, like, I hate to say it, but I got to be truthful. The whole society is geared at for you not to be spiritual, is to keep you distracted, is to keep your mind distorted. That's why they want to put chips in your brain, stop you from linking in. So, when you link in, you articulate that inner essence. So we all have gifts, and that's the goal when you spiritual to tap into your gifts. So this is what, in the coaching sessions we provide of how to actually tap into these gifts. And then you can see it materialize and you can measure it with your mind and see and change your reality. So that's it for me.
Thank you for sharing. That was deep. I thought I was at the 5 spot for a second. I was about to start that was good stuff. So
For real.
definitely. That was hard to follow.
I mean, I was definitely
somebody else to say something.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
So
I can hear you now.
I figured my advice would mainly be like to let them know, like, yeah, your reading is going to say that you have spiritual powers because everybody has the same spiritual powers. It's just whether or not who's focused on it, who's setting their intentions to like gain access to it. So that's the only thing, So my advice would be somebody who's trying to like focus on that would just be to kind of like filter your emotions. So like discard all the negative emotions and negative feelings, get that out of your way. That way you could focus more on like positivity and optimism and I wrote some things down, but if you focus on that and all your positive feelings, it kind of like makes you open to receive all of the spiritual knowledge, right? So now that you're optimistic and you're discarding all those negative thoughts, you're open now to like receiving all the spiritual knowledge, right? So as you're gaining this spiritual knowledge, then you want to start like putting it in your life, like set spiritual goals for yourself. So maybe you want to set a goal that you want to increase your concentration, or you want to set a goal to increase your gratitude, because that would be another thing too, is the more gratitude that you have for life just makes you it just helps you with your spiritual powers, right? So you're grateful for everything that's in your life. And then so like not taking anything for granted, right? And appreciating everything. And then this way you're feeding your mind with like optimism, enthusiasm, other positive emotions. This allows you to have better self-esteem. It improves your relationships with other people, gives you peace of mind, and allows you to really enjoy your life. So by acquiring like your spiritual powers, now you're blessed with having a meaningful purpose in your life. So another thing that you can do would be to, like when you use your imagination and you think about something that you want, right? Everything is possible, right? So use your imagination and think about what you want, and then go out there and create it, just set your intentions to what you want. And then just completely clear your mind of I can't. So no more I can't. It's only I can, and you will set those intentions, and you will create whatever it is,
I was younger, that was the curse word. And when I was in like kindergarten, first grade, those were curse words in my class. We couldn't say I can't, I don't, I won't. We weren't even allowed to say those words. So
Right.
we kind of had to adopt that attitude. I'm pretty sure that some of you guys remember not being allowed to say that kind of stuff. Like, you said I what? I can try. Okay. So
Yeah.
definitely, I get what you're saying. You had something else? You can go ahead. I don't know if she can hear me.
The only other thing I would say would be to like have a healthy body. You know what I'm saying? Because you really got to have a healthy body for your spirit to be able to receive that spiritual knowledge too. So maybe try to like watch what you put in your body too.
True, and what I just want to add to what you were saying. So if you think about it, overall, when you're happy, don't things go better for you anyway? When you
Yeah.
keep your vibrations higher, things just tend to happen better for you anyway. If you think about it, when you're in a good mood and you're having a great day, it's just like the blessings are pouring in, as they say. And but if you kind of focus on having a bad day, it just like it never ends. It's like, oh my God, I just get something else, and because that's where your intentions are. But if some of those days that start bad and you kind of think, I don't have to let it end this way. It doesn't have to end this way. And you kind of see a change. It's because you are placing your intentions. And just imagine if you day by day started to place those sorts of intentions in your life. That's one of the when I'm talking to people about fighting depression. That's one of the things we talk about. When those bad thoughts start to enter your mind, just counteract it, even as weird as it may feel. But when you start feeling yourself go, I hate my life. No, I don't. I'm happy for my life. Somebody didn't wake up today. It's just the little things you tell yourself. It's almost like conditioning yourself. Our brains are really like computers. You can fill them up with so much information, and sometimes it gets jumbled up. You need to deframe. You need to clear out those blocks of space and start fresh again. You need to push the restart button and shut down for a little while and start all over again, because it's otherwise you're going to shut down. You're going to have a crash. So you have to think and just in with good energy, and that's another thing. In any energy is all about the intention you put behind it, and you can, and whatever happens can be abundantly positive or abundantly negative or abundantly unproductive, period, if you don't put anything into it besides the I call it the lazy energy, where I'm not going to take any stand on it either way you go. So um it's really not it's really not as hard as we think. We've conditioned ourselves to believe it's hard because we're so used to these daily routines that we fall into, that we don't allow ourselves to do something different. It's too hard to do something different sometimes. And then when you're fighting different issues, maybe depression or financial troubles or stuff like that, it's hard to focus on the positive. If you're not sure how you're paying your bills today or tomorrow, how are you going to wake up and smile and say, today is a great day? You're too busy thinking about the money. But if all you focus on is not having money, you're not going to ever have that money, because that time you spent focused on not having money is the time you could have been spending figuring out how you can get the money. I tell my kids that all the time. The time you sat there thinking about, I don't feel like doing the dishes could have been done already. Yeah, you just wasted your own time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of think about it like that. As harsh as it may sound when we're talking about it, you never want to make anybody feel bad, because it's not like you're doing it intentionally. It's something that you have to learn to change. You have to fight, but the truth is what it is, and the truth hurts sometimes. The truth is we really have to stand on saying, I am not going to feel this way anymore, and I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to allow myself to be myself and figure this stuff out for myself. I'm not even going to go out. That's the thing about the isolation, because everybody can throw their opinions on their, everybody has their own opinions on how things should go or what should be and what they think is right for you, but only you know what's good for you. Is it music that makes your heart sing? Do you like to draw? Do you like to cook? Maybe you like to do all of the above. Is it just vacationing is something that you need to do to clear your mind because you actually do like to go to work every day? You just need some time to what does that mean? You sing, you have to figure those things out for yourself, and you can't be ashamed of what you find on your journey. You can't be ashamed of the mistakes you've made, how many times you banged your head into the wall, because guess what? We're on this phone call, so that means you had a chance to get up and do all over again. Even if you have to remove yourself from the situation that's around you. You know, right now is the perfect time. We're all isolated in the house anyway. All we got to do is shut a few more doors and close the rest of everybody out, you know, and really take that time to yourself. I'm definitely, you know, I'm saying from experience, I suffer from depression for about 20 years. So, you know, and I'm finally on the other side of it, and it was a journey, you know, and I tried different techniques for me. I tried different spiritual fellowships and religious atmospheres and different self help situations and even different exercise routines and different ways to eat, and I had to find out what was right for me. And I use those tools and techniques. Like one thing, I forgot what is it, Abraham Hicks. You know, some people don't like them because they get a little woo woo, but they have some great points that they bring out. One thing they say is if you wake up every morning and try to think positive for 17 seconds, you just gave yourself a way to start your day in a better mood. You know, force yourself, and it's hard. I'm a flighty person. I wake up the first couple of times I tried it. I was 2 seconds in. I was already getting up out of the bed, going on, starting my day, and I think about it later, like, oh my goodness, I didn't even make it to 5 seconds, let alone 17 seconds. It's like I can't even put 17 seconds worth of good intention into myself. What is wrong with you? Like, slow down. I'm worth 17 seconds to think about something good for myself for the day. You know, you wake up and you smile no matter how heartbroken you are, how sad things are, how bad things are going. Wake up and smile because you woke up today, which means you have an opportunity to do something different and productive for yourself in your life, and it feels so much better to smile. It makes your heart feel better, and it hurt. You know, sometimes when you fight sadness because you don't know, like I said, you in some sort of despair, it kind of makes your body hurt a little bit, even when you don't realize it. It's like a stressor on your body, but when you smile, it kind of lifts everything up, and it's like a hurt feeling, like why, oh, it kind of hurt to feel happy. Like I'm too used to feeling down. I'm not supposed to be happy. Like that's not a good thing, but it really is. And it's one thing. How you everybody knows when once you start exercising, it hurts before it gets better. But once you stick through the routine, it's going to always be the best in the end. And then you can look into something in the mirror and go, ooh, I did that, you know, and be proud of yourself for it and be okay with it and not care about what everybody else says. Because guess what? Not only have you changed your life, but you even maybe unconsciously will be a role model for somebody else to figure out or try to figure out, well, what does she do? Because I know we were both down here before. You know, what does she do to get up? And they might ask you, or they might start to find, you know, decide to find their own journey, you know. So that's my rant about it. Anybody else, you're welcome to jump in. Okay, you don't have to jump in though, but you know, it's something to think about. Sometimes we don't think enough about, you know, how we can bring progression to our lives or bring productivity to our lives or the lives of the people around us. And that's why I'm happy, you know, to have this conversational space. And you know, this is a place where we can all get to know different people. Like, don't just talk to us. Each week, you know, some of you guys are here with us each every week now. You know, reach out to each other. You know, take advantage of the chat. You know, maybe you heard something that somebody commented and it resonates with you. Make a new friend. You will be surprised. I won't stop talking about how, you know, I'm just so happy and excited about how we all came together on this platform. All of us are all across the country, but just taking the time to speak to each other and share a couple of dreams and share a couple of aspirations and share a couple of trials and triumphs and issues, and we all see how we relate to each other. It's like, oh, that feels good. It feels good to know that somebody is. I'm not alone. I'm not the only black sheep. I'm not the only weirdo. I'm not the only curious one. I'm not the only one that has gone through this before. It feels good, and it makes me know that it's okay to be happy, and it's okay to be grateful, you know, and if you, um, Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my thought. I thought I heard shots out the window for a second. Like, oh no, here we go. Ooh.
That's not
Anyway,
funny.
sorry about that. Um. Oh my gosh, that just threw me off so bad. I gotta bring it back together. Let me breathe. Ooh, it's too many people out there in the driveway. That just scared me for a second. I don't. That's the last way I want to close out my Mother's Day. This, I'm just telling you guys. Oh, it's so happy and beautiful. Pop, 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 pop. No. Things about living in the city. Anyway, so let's do this. Another exercise that is great when you're talking about moving productively and figuring out who you are and how you can what happened? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all in somebody's conversation. Yeah, but another exercise that's good when you're talking about moving towards the future and productivity and feeling good and understanding who you are is just looking towards your future. So I'm interested in knowing if right now, let's say all your financial problems were gone and all your issues and worries were aside, where would you be right now this time next year? There's no ban. This Corona thing is all over, and everybody's good. What would you be doing right now? Can't
Come
even
on,
think
next
about it.
year?
See, we have to start thinking about these things for ourselves. Let me see. I'll give you an example. If I could have anything I wanted right now, I would be in an all white room overlooking some trees and some grass, and I would be thinking about, I don't know. I would be thinking about what I could do with my kids. What can I do to help my kids um make get their businesses started? And I don't know. That's corny, but I'm just trying to think of something that I would be doing if I could have anything. No, not this year. We're thinking past this year. We're being realistic. It's all over. We're giving ourselves an opportunity to get past all of this mess that's going on, and we are doing something productive for ourselves. What will you be this time next year? You work
I
so hard,
think
you don't even think about that for yourself, do you?
I think where I would be
Nope,
next
it's
year
silent.
would be
Everybody, y'all gotta start giving yourself some roses. How they say you gotta give people their roses before they pass away. You gotta pay yourself before you pay everybody else. I'm just putting these things out there. These are the things that was told to me, as I was going and as I've been going through my journey. We have to uh go ahead.
oh me.
Oh, I go. You want me
Time
to
to
go?
think about it. This so if you can't think about it right now, keep thinking, Carmen, because I want to see what you're going to say. If just anything. But this is something, guys. This is something I want you guys to do for yourself each day over the next couple of days. Just be thinking if you could really do anything for yourself that you want, what would it be? Yeah, what would it be? Huh? What'd you say, Kai?
Well, that's
Anybody thinking
really.
about traveling, going to another country, or I don't know anything? Anybody thinking about?
Can you
Huh?
hear me, Khalid?
What you say?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, that
Uh
topic
huh.
right there is really an excellent topic because I always ask myself, what actually creates your future? You know what I'm saying? Like, what creates next year, next month? You know what I'm saying? 5 years from now. And so, like, for me, like, when I answer my own question to myself, I realize that my thoughts, my feelings, and my visual imagery actually creates my reality. So,
Mhm.
like being a master of your ship, you're supposed to give all the commands to your vessel. So,
Mhm.
tapping in within the God and within, you should be able to, you know, produce your own reality. But, as I did my research, it's like, okay, my mind might want $1 billion, but my soul might not want that. So now you got your soul perception, and then you got your left hemisphere compromise. What I'm looking for, perception as well. So you got two perception at war with each other, trying to create a reality. So in the best scenario that I came up with, your soul always win in the long run. So it's about you becoming in tune with yourself and being in tune with your soul and understanding your higher self and your higher destiny and your purpose in its reality. And once you do this, you can materialize the reality you want because you're in accordance with the self. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And the whole universe is going to clear everything out the way so that you can materialize your own destiny. So that's a good actually topic when you're dealing with what creates your future. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it someone outside controlling your fate, or is it you? Is it your inner self talk? Is it your frequency you emitting? Is it all these things combined and balanced? So this is something that we all should take a look at and really actually, really try to see and understand. Like, being, your inner essence, you're supposed to create your reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to get a command and you should go, wherever you want or however you want, as long as it's in alignment with your innate inner essence of the universe.
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly.
So, I actually think about this a lot. So, for your question, I guess if in a year and money was not an issue, um, I would have like a chain of grocery stores, kind of like Walmart, except it'd be like all, vegan and like organic food like that, like all health foods, um, like alkaline stuff like that. I would have like a grocery store chain like that. So I know that money is an issue right now and time and everything is an issue. So probably next year I won't have that, obviously, but eventually I will have that and that will be a thing for sure. So
Mhm. Mhm. But you just exactly. But you have to, believe that you can manifest it.
yeah.
And I think that that's the thing. I think that's where it all starts. Is just understanding what we want, what we're good at, what we can do, and until we know those things, it makes it kind of hard to think about what we really want to be doing or what we can be doing. And that's why I said I'm honest. I have like a million things I want to do, but I don't know what I really want to do is be able to know that I have a place to relax and when I need to recenter myself, I'll have that place to go to, because we each have our own reality, and kind of brings out a good point about making sure that you how did you say it? You put it good. You said you have to understand that you are a frequency with a body. Is that how you put it? I don't even know if you can hear me, guys.
Yes. You have to, yes,
Is
you're a
that what you?
frequency with a body, you're a soul with a
That's what.
body.
How did you say it again?
Yeah,
You
yes,
were
you're a
soul
soul
with
with
the
a
body. Oh,
body. Yes.
I thought you worded it a different way.
I did.
I
I said
thought
a
you worded it a
frequency.
different way.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But basically, if you are feeding your soul, then the body is going to follow wherever it takes. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. That's why you have to be thinking about the things that are good for you, are that'll take you to a higher place in your spirit. So, do you like to help people? Um, do you not like to help people? Do you are you into the technology thing? Maybe you want to learn how to do Bitcoin. I would love to learn how. Right now, if I could a year from now, I'd be a millionaire from Bitcoins. I don't have any idea how to do it, but just thinking about it, it puts me in the mindset of, maybe I could do some research about it. Maybe I can ask a few people about it, and maybe I can learn about it. I just heard about a susu. I've been trying to get into one for like 2 years. I didn't give up. Might have one to get into. These are we put we have to put these opportunities out there for ourselves so that we give ourselves something to reach for. Like Carmen said, you can look at it as a goal. You know what I mean? Either way, it's something to keep reaching for, to bring you higher, higher, higher vibrationally, to raise your frequency so that you can be in a better place ultimately. Um, but yeah, and like going back to what the original topic was, so that we won't be confused and we won't have to, it's kind of frustrating if for this, I'm feeling the frustration for that person who had talked to two different people and they're still questioning. You know, why it shouldn't. By the time you had talked to two people and you're still questioning, that means you're still feeling empty somewhere. You know what I mean? So that person, as Tatiana said, really needs to kind of sit in their own space. Come in, please, and they need to sit in their own space and figure out what it is that they're good at, what they want to do, and what resonates with their spirit. So I'm sorry, guys.
If I
There's
could
just
share
so
for a
much
second.
going on around me today. I need to get away. But yeah. So
Somebody said
yeah,
they wanted to share.
Yes.
yeah,
Hi. I the question that you asked, money being no issue, where would I be in a year from now?
mhm.
My goodness. I I look at this whole pandemic and quarantine as a huge opportunity, and I've been taking full advantage of it. So, if my dream were to come true, if I could manifest my reality, it would be that everybody that is supposed to awaken would awaken during this time, and we could all be unified and finally have the utopian society and bring about this messianic age. That's
Yes.
what I hope for. That's what I'm trying to manifest.
Do you think it's possible?
Absolutely, absolutely. If we
Yes.
all
Yep.
get within one accord on this one
Mm-hmm.
wavelength, if we all vibrate at the same time, we can do it. I'm telling you, we can do it.
Yep.
I
I'm
love
Yep.
with I love
I'm
that
with you.
answer.
I love that too.
that was
I
that was
believe that.
awesome. And the thing about it is, the awesome thing about it is, you are not the only person feeling that way right now. I was watching a couple of videos earlier, and a couple of other people are saying the same thing. If we can get into being, unified, and and of that, and that, that's what we're about here on this platform, unified perception. If we can all get into this unified perception of, like you said, that's a great way to put it, this utopian society, we can get it.
Right.
We can do it. We can have it, and it would be awesome. And it'd be a lot better than dealing with this dirty politics and everything we have going on now. I like it. I
Hey,
think I'm
Definitely.
gonna get a
Kalia.
shirt that says that, utopian society.
Kalia.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely paradise on earth, whatever you want to call it. Yes, yes.
Um. You know, through my through my journey, I ran across this saying about like how you want to like manifest your reality. It's five little tools. First, you define your goal or define what you want. You clearly defined it. Whether you got to write it down or whatever. That's the first rule. The second rule
Hold
is
on, hold on. I'm gonna put it in the chat for everybody as you say it. All right. I think figure it out. Um, never mind. I can't figure out how to tell the words. Okay, here we go. First one is number one is
to clearly
go ahead.
define what you want within a year, whether it's a goal, a place, whatever. You clearly defined it. Whether you write it down, you got to clearly define in every aspect in detail. That's number one. Number two, you have to have some type of symbol or a lullaby that you can do every day, every night, and every morning when you wake up to set into your subconscious mind. Number three, you have to gather the necessary resource tools or education you need to accomplish this throughout each day. You have to gather something, whether you have to read a book or you might have to go to school. You know what I'm saying? But you have to gather the necessary resources that you need to accomplish this goal. Number four, you refuse to let obstacles get in your way. Anytime that you're trying to manifest something, there will always be obstacles that come. It's just part of the process for some reason. Like anytime you're trying to get enlightened, the phone might ring, the kids might start acting up, something happens. But you have to refuse. You have to be so, determined and steadfast. You got to refuse to let them obstacles not to get in your way, but use that as a boost to get you over the hurdles. And this is the last one, right? Stay around solution-oriented people. The people that you associate with is going to be a major impact of you creating your vision. So solution-oriented people, because they're going to fill your mind with nothing but solution and positivity. You know, if you want to say, if you want to go to the moon and you're around somebody like, no, you tripping. Oh, I don't need to be around you. You need to be around the people who say, yo, I can get you there. So being around solution-oriented people. So first, we got clearly define your goals. Then number two, something to symbolize and to remind you each and every day of this goal. Number three, to gather the necessary tools and resources you need to accomplish this goal. Number four is to refuse to let obstacles get in your way. And number five, to stay around solution-oriented people.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for sharing. I gotta plug you on that one. You know, guys, we're going to be starting webinars soon, and I'm going to plug him. that's a little bit of tidbit of what we're going to be talking about in the spirit, setting up your spiritual workplace. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Thank you. That was awesome. And that was a great way to get ready to close out. It's 7:55. And I thank you guys for coming and spending your beautiful Sunday evening with us. I know it's been a lovely day outside for most of people, and it is Mother's Day, so we do appreciate you coming to us. We're available for you all the time. KSAIinstitution.com, Soul Age Official on Facebook, KSI Queendomship on Instagram, and I think I'm getting it right, and Castle H on Twitter. So like I said, we're available. Talk to us throughout the week. If you have anything, any ideas, any questions, you want a session, come on over to the website and check us out. But thank you guys. And before we go, Carmen is going to close us out with a nice reading. But did anybody want to say anything before we close out?
Yeah, I did. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, just to go off the topic that Kai was just talking about. For me, on my individual journey, I've also realized that it's important for everybody to identify their learning style. It's really, really important, because, especially for me, because I struggle focusing. But it's not because, you know, society wants you to believe it's ADD or whatever. No, I learn differently. I learn visually. So everything that I do, I make it visual.
Yes.
You know? So I think that's really important, because that's one thing that'll keep you stagnated. It'll make you feel like you're stuck, and make you feel like, you know, it's impossible. But like y'all said, it all starts with like having that like undeniable faith. I think Carmen was talking earlier about like next year having, you know, the grocery stores, and maybe not being in the position to do it now, you know, going into next year, but thinking about goals that we want to reach, think so far that they might seem far-fetched, but when you put the faith behind it, you will be surprised what you can manifest. So surprised that when it happens right in front of your face, you have to stop and just give thanks.
Yeah, and as you say that, it's funny because I literally just got my book in the mail. It's called Alkalize or Die. So I'm like learning alkaline right now. Like, I don't think I'm playing. I'm finna do this, you know?
I got your back. You know, that's my role. That's what I'm here for. So stop running away from me. To help you. I'm the architect. I'm supposed to be here to help you build your business.
Okay.
So,
yes, there you go.
You know, let me help you as much as I can. Let me be here for you to for your shoulder. You know, that's why we had this. You know, I mean, I'm not forcing you. Of course, you know, I'm always here if you need me. But I say that I'm saying it like that because that's the attitude we have to take towards each other. You know, if you see somebody and they have an idea, if you're not ready for yours yet, jump on helping them with theirs. And then, you know, when it's your turn, maybe they'll help you in turn, or somebody else will, or maybe you helping them will help you come up with your idea. Russell Simmons, one of my most famous favorite quotes by him, he said, you know, in order to become a millionaire, you have to help somebody else get rich. And I didn't understand that until I started my journey on, entrepreneurism. And so I really understand what he means now, you know, because you're gonna go through it's a growth process, you know, and just briefly talking about, you know, your goal and your soul not matching, that it's a growth process. Yeah, somebody said to me one time, everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire. Some people might think they want to be a millionaire, doesn't mean they really want to be a millionaire. And that's something that you got to sit with. What's your reality? But at the same time, shoot for the star. How they say, shoot for the moon. But if you don't make it, at least you will land on the star. You know, so it's all of the above. And I'm just excited, you know, that we're here to be a part of everybody's journey in this. I felt like I cut you guys off. I apologize. Did anybody else want to say anything? No.
You
Okay.
fine.
All right. Well, now we'll close out this time. Thank you guys. Like I said, once again. Huh? Oh, okay. Thank you guys once again. And Carmen is going to close out. Now, this is it's a reading. It's something that I want you guys to listen to. Just let it resonate with you. You can use this through your daily life as a motivational tool. You can use it as a meditation tool. But it is essentially what the KSAI mission is about, and you know, and the way we think about going throughout our day and growth and building our spirituality. So, Carmen, you got it.
All right. So I just wanted to say, excuse my voice. I sprayed way too much room spray. I wound up getting a raspy voice, so I apologize.
You put a little funk on. That's okay.
So this is gonna help us become our collective self. All right. So the first thing I want everybody to do is just close your eyes and breathe fully and slowly, and then center yourself in the middle of your sphere. All right. I want you to feel your body and your energy field, and feel yourself as an individual. Okay. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to let our field soften and be fluid. Okay. And so we're going to place attention on a relationship that you're involved in. And you're going to feel yourself and the other person merging your personal fields until both fields become one. And then in this state, you can see the other person and they can see you. And you know the other person intimately because you're them and they know you just the same way. Okay. So feel that relationship field. And ask yourself, can you feel the purpose of this relationship? And then make a note of anything you feel or know as the other person. Okay. And then now, what we'll do after that is we'll let the field expand even further. We're going to place our attention on a group that you're with. It might be family or friends, team, book club. So imagine your field containing each of the other people's fields, and theirs include yours and the other members' fields. So feel the group mind and the group heart created. Okay, and then ask yourself, can you feel and how it wants to evolve? Okay, and so then the last thing that we're going to do after that is we're going to expand even further. So imagine expanding the field even more and place your attention on the country that you live in. And imagine merging with all the personal fields of all the people who live there with you. And imagine that they are doing the same. And just feel the field of your country and the group mind and the group heart of your country. Okay? And ask yourself, can you feel the collective purpose of your country? And then what do you know or feel about the direction of your country and how it wants to evolve?
All right. Was that it?
That's it.
Oh, girl, I was feeling. So I was out there. I was there. So thank you for that, Carmen. I wish we could hear a little bit better. You know what I think we'll do for next week? I think we'll record it because it was breaking up a little bit as you were speaking. So maybe we can record it and play it so that everybody can really hear it and feel it. But I
Yeah.
was there. I was out in the Rocky Mountains on my way to Asia somewhere. But yeah, thank you so much for that, Carmen. But definitely that just goes right along with I think what Sakura was saying about unifying as a collective, and if we can all come of one mind, just first thinking about our neighbor, thinking about the people around us, thinking about the world around us, and how we can all come together, then we can definitely make some great changes. All right, everybody. I just thanks so much again for guys, and
It was nice
we'll put
meeting
the
you all.
replay on YouTube if you missed anything or if you would like to share. Thank you for coming. You too. Is this your first time, Tatiana?
It is.
I don't know if you heard me. Is this your first time? Oh,
It
well,
is.
welcome. You jumped right in like you've been here with us the whole time. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, family. That you join us. But yeah, so we definitely put the replays on YouTube. If you missed any of the topics we talked about before, almost all of them are there on our YouTube channel, Castle Age Institution, and we're gonna see about how we're gonna see about doing these watch parties next week too. We gotta check and see if it went live to Facebook. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, but anyway, guys.
I just wanted to
Have
say
a good night wherever you are. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you guys next. Huh?
Kalia.
What'd you say?
Yes, Kalia. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that you are doing. I appreciate you, and your spirit resonates with me. So you're doing a mighty work. You and all of light workers with you. Thank you so much. This is my third time being on one of the calls, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. And you are the reason that we're here. We definitely get excited every week just to be able to do this with you all. And believe you me, just as much as we bring to you guys, you bring to us and build us each and every week. So I'm just looking forward to the weeks to come. I think it's a lot of great stuff going to come out of this. So yeah, pretty cool. Thanks for being a part of our growth and our journey. We can all look back and say, I was one of the first people. Now I knew everything. I was there at the beginning. But yeah, that's just a joke. But all right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.